easy for me to watch, 50 Cent's son have that position. It's not a great situation for a young man or a young woman to grow up in, because that becomes a part of your personality. That becomes a part of something that you may have to deal with, because the parents oftentimes put the kid in the middle. The parents oftentimes have their fight that directly impacts this child, where he is, where he lives, how he lives. One parent may be feeding the kid this about the other parent, and the other one's telling him this, your mother is this, or your father is that. And then you take 50's son specific. It's a whole different type of upbringing. You have these pressures of your father being 50 Cent, a household name. You look exactly like him. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers look like twins. So your father may have provided a certain type of lifestyle, whether it be through child support or buying you things or splurging on you in your younger years, et cetera, et cetera. And you get used to things. You get accustomed to things. Nobody wants to go backwards. It's a fucked up feel to go backwards. Nobody wants to live in a mansion and then go from that to living in 300 square feet. But let's be real here. Even in today's economy, you know how many people could do well, let alone survive with 6,700. I think he has a misconception of what $6,700 is. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Let's just get the actual number. Let's not guess. $6,700 times 12, months, $80,000. And of course, taxes come out of that. Let's be fair. $80,000. You know how many people are watching this video right now do not make $80,000 a year as individuals, let alone households that don't even generate together as couples $80,000 a year. If everybody in America made $80,000 a year, man, you know how different this country would be? I think the amount of $6,700 a month is being way, way, way misinterpreted by Marquise here. Because I've been there. You know how good I could make $6,700 a month look? It's like Mike Epps is like, nah, I know them ain't 20, but I keep them clean though. Are you serious? You could move to certain areas and certain suburbs in the South. It's places in Florida and Texas and Georgia and Virginia, where you know what $3,000 a month gets you? As far as a crib, you want to have your shit structured in a way where obviously you have the roof over your head, you have your utilities paid. Maybe you can still take some of your check and put a couple dollars away per month, because once again, you never want to live check to check. So a couple $100 comes out, goes directly into your savings account. Got to have your A to B, even if you get your nice $3,000 A to B. You know what I'm saying? Like A to B's don't cost that much. We're talking about cars, folks. For people that don't know what I mean when I say A to B. But I could make $6,700 a month look good. $80,000 a year is nothing to be sneezed at. Fellas, if you got yourself a nice job and you make 100, 200, 300, whatever a year, and you find yourself a woman that's bringing something to the table, because we all pay attention to finances because we have plans and things that we want to do financially in this world. You got a woman that's bringing $80,000 to the table. You got a good one. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just money, of course. Having a good one. I'm not stupid, y'all. Come on, don't jump in the comments like, oh, ARP says that having a good one means you just got to make $80,000 as a woman. Oh, I hate the internet. And I know the economy has changed. I know that things cost more now. I know that living costs more now. But I've been there. I know what I was doing with $80,000 a year. I had me a little bachelor pad on the island when I was making less than $80,000 a year. A little bachelor, my own crib. I think my mortgage was less than $2,000 at that time. I'm pretty sure. 1-car garage, private community. How many bathrooms? 3 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms. A lot of people from the island, I was throwing the fight parties and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people coming over for Mayweather's fighting this weekend, this Saturday, whatever. 30, 40 people in my crib for the fight parties. Like that's this true talk of what I know that I was doing when I was making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, $80,000 a year. And once again, I understand the economy has gone up. There's been inflation and things cost more now. Gas prices is up, mortgages and rent is up. I get it, but that's not fair to leave out the other piece in that type of argument either, because people are very, very fast to say that gas is up, rent is up, mortgages is up, cars cost more, this costs more. You walk into the store, a bag of chips that used to cost 25 cents now costs $1.25. It's not fair that people leave out the part that, yeah, but employers have to raise their market values for their employees as well, right? Like what I was making per hour as minimum wage back then is not what minimum wage is today. Okay. You take certain careers, like let's say a technician, right? Some of these jobs go hand in hand with the zip code in the area or the state that they're in. For example, maybe a technician in New York makes $200,000 a year. And we all know what real estate is in New York. It's through the roof, right? It costs a lot to have a little in New York. But that same exact job, maybe in Virginia, pays less, but the fucking cost of living is also less. That same square footage in New York is a way different price point than it is in Virginia. So yeah, the employers maybe pay a little bit different, but market value versus the cost of living in this area is also different. So it's like people always leave that part out when they talk about, the economy going up or things costing more. Okay, but these employers have to remain in line with market value for these type of jobs as well. Yeah, didn't you hear the rumors about the employees at Google? I heard that the brackets of like some of these base pays for certain types of management levels at Google. I think we heard this like last year. People were jumping out of like the 150 bracket into like the lower 200s just for retention, just to keep employees because the market was so up. They had to compete with all these other companies and raise their prices too of what they were paying these employees. You take a typical manager here that was earning 150, 2 years from now, he's got to be making 180 and better because just the turnover ratio is going to be fucked up here because these other companies are keeping up with the market and the cost of living. And I'm not trying to be hard on people, but I lived it. I know what it is to make $30+ thousand a year. I did that. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is to make $50,000 a year. I know what it is to make $80,000 a year. I did that. I paid my dues. So if anybody thinks that I'm speaking down, I'm not. I've been there and I know what that felt like. And I think that it's actually a bad mentality for anybody to feel that $80,000 is no money or isn't good money. Don't be closed-minded or don't be following some of these messages out here. Have y'all thinking that if you're not a millionaire, you're not comfortable. Or if you're not cracking $100,000, you're not comfortable. That's bullshit.